And we end the show with Arise News book editor Marva Allen, who is here to tell us about the latest, greatest books that are coming out and what she thinks is worthy of our eyeballs. Hey, Marva.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I had a good week. I enjoyed these books that I was reading this week really very much. And my first book is by Jodi Picoult, of course, a 22-time New York Times writer, and her book is called Leaving Time. And I just love how she's using this platform to talk about something important like endangered elephants, you know, and only a skillful writer can weave something that, you know, sort of offbeat into a wonderful story. So Jenna Metcalf is the daughter of this woman who disappears while she's at a place with the elephants, and she enlists. She's 3 years old. Her husband then goes into a mental institution, so this child is left all alone with her grandmother. And when she grows older, she wants to find out what happens to her mother, so she enlists sort of a crackpot psychic and you know, a detective who has been fired from before, and they go searching for the mother. And it's a wonderful story, part mystery, part thriller, part love, you know, and part commitment, and it's just a great story.
Yeah,
great story.
Not surprising. She does this all so well.
She does this all so well.
Okay, so the next one's called A Brief History of 7 Killings.
Yes, so
completely different.
Completely different, extremely literary, and you need to be sort of somewhere for 3 weeks, like on the beach, maybe in Jamaica, reading this
or
book.
Incarcerated.
Incarcerated. It is actually set in Jamaica, and a lot of the people in the book have been incarcerated, you know. And Marlon James burst onto the scene a few years ago, and he is a very sophisticated writer. And this is about Jamaica in the 1970s and the attempted assassination of Bob Marley and all of the things that were happening. You know, of course, you've heard about the Jamaican posses in New York that the police were afraid of, and they got deported, and they ended up in the small island of Jamaica creating mayhem, and a lot of it being politically instigated, and a lot of it from the US CIA, you know. So it's a real, well, I can't say it's a bird-eye view because it's 700 plus pages.
Which is why I said incarcerated.
Yeah,
my apologies to Marlon James. It wasn't really about the book, but it's long.
Exactly. But it is mind-boggling, and he's done some amazing and compelling research. So for an author who is interested in something and how research is done, this is a great example of a book.
Okay, and then finally, Being Mortal.
Being Mortal, Atul Gawande, you know, of course, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross wrote the definitive book on death and dying, and this doctor is a surgeon at Brigham Women's Hospital in Boston, and he says that what we're doing today to the aging is really pushing the envelope with medicine, and he wished we would find a more dignified way to allow people. I mean, mortality is going to happen. You're not going to live forever unless you find the Sophia Loren and find the elixir of life. You know, so why not, when we come to the end of life, leave with some dignity? And he gives us some suggestion on how to make that happen rather than to prolong life.
Interesting. Interesting. You always bring good stuff, Marva.
Yes,
thank you so much. All right, we'll see you again next week. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Arise America. Bye-bye.